for your children, whether it be TV, um, video games, their phone, YouTube, Facebook, any social media. I think it's more because at that point they're at home, so it comes more solely based on how like you want to parent. Like, and the reason why the screen time thing kind of hits a little close to me is because right now I'm dealing with that. I have a 2-year-old son who really likes to watch YouTube. And just like Mickey Mouse Club on YouTube, and then from there he kind of scrolls and picks, like, not anything adult wise, just like, kid stuff, how they play with Play-Doh and videos, or kids like run around and play slime and all that kind of good stuff. But it's at the point to where if he'll point at the phone, if we say no, he screams, throws a fit, and all that kind of stuff. If we finally do let him have the phone for a little bit, and then we take it away, he just throws this huge major fit, starts screaming, at us, usually at me, because I'm normally the one that takes it away, because I've kind of gotten to a point where I feel bad a little bit, because I've been doing some research on what screen time can do to young children. I read a couple articles about it and how it can underdevelop it. Research shows that it can underdevelop brains and make kids, not learn as well as getting the physical activity. Because right now my 2-year-old, he knows words, and he picked up a couple words while we were at Disneyland this week, which was kind of cool. But he's not really talking. He still does kind of the baby talk and points a lot. But yet he knows how to work an iPhone and YouTube.
He's ignored my calls plenty of times. Ignores your calls
and ignores how to ignore phone calls, text messages. He knows how to unlock our phones, which, it's not hard. We don't have passcode, just swipe up. He even knows to hit Prime Video or YouTube and go to the videos that he needs, but yet he won't talk. So it kind of... I feel like I kind of did him a disservice, because, look, I get it. My wife works graveyards. I work during the day. We have really schedules. Sometimes you get really tired, and it's just easier to, instead of hearing your kid whine and complain, you just want to be quiet for a little bit and relax. It's easy just to give them the phone. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I would just caution, from my experience, to not do it as long. Because like right now I'm fighting with, and I don't know if it's true, but what if I didn't let him watch so much? Because there was a point where he was watching it for long parts, like hours, and throughout the day. What if I would have just picked up a book and read to him? Would he be talking by now? Like, I don't know if that's for certain what would happen, but that's kind of how I'm kind of feeling at the moment. So it's just more of, now we're trying to restrict more of the phone for him, and then we're getting that backlash because he's so used to it. He likes it so much, and trying to get him to play more. So that's why this topic kind of hits close to me, and I'll read you some of the studies. There's a research called Adolescent Brain Cognitive Development Study. It's the ABCD study. It studied 11,000 9 and 10-year-olds at 21 sites throughout the United States. The results were presented in December by, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Gaia Dowling, PhD, on CBS 60 Minutes. And the two big takeaways from the initial data: MRI scans found significant differences in the brains of some children who reported using smartphones, tablets, and video games more than 7 hours a day, which...
It's a lot.
I don't know what parent is doing that. Like, what... I mean, are you literally, when your kids come home from school, they do their homework, and then you just basically are like, you can do whatever you want. They go to their room, and then...
That'd be 3 to 11, basically.
Yeah.
They're on a thing.
And then children who reported more than 2 hours a day of screen time got lower scores on thinking and language tests. So the brain scans showed that kids with lots of screen time had a premature thinning of the cortex, which is the outermost layer of the brain processes different types of information from senses. So basically, that typically thought to be the maturational process. Basically, the outer cortex is kind of like their brain maturing in what they're able to see, you know, be able to talk, process information correctly. They're basically, the study showed that the kids that had 7 or more hours, or even, I mean, what was that first one? Who reported more than 2 hours a day of screen time, I mean, they were scoring lower on those tests. So that's the type of stuff that kind of makes me nervous for my son. And I mean, I'm sure it's with a lot of parents. I mean, I've seen it. I mean, this week when we were in Disneyland, your daughter did it. My son did it. I mean, they want the phone because we're living in an age now where technology is so huge.
Oh, yeah.
And
you can see it in adults.
Yeah, it's adults.
That's where FOMO came from, because of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
That was that scary... What was that?
No. That's Momo.
What's FOMO?
FOMO is fear of missing out.
Oh, okay.
FOMO, FMO, fear of missing
out. Didn't know that?
Yeah. No, Momo's that scary chicken-looking chick. But no.
Which started on kids' YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something that you would think your kid's totally fine with. Next thing they know, they click on it, they think they're watching a child's video, and Momo was what it's called?
I think it was
the
Momo.
Challenge breaks up where literally a creepy doll is at the end of it telling your child to kill themselves.
Or others.
Or
do something bad.
You know, do something bad. Like, that's the type of stuff that scares me, and I don't know. I know it's easy just to throw the phone. I would just, like I said, speaking from my experience, I never want to tell you how to parent. Just dealing with right now, I would really caution letting your kids, especially at a young age, put their face and bury their face in a tablet or a video game for long periods of time. A little bit's okay, and we played video games a little bit. I do now. I played video games growing up as a kid, but I also went outside and played a lot as well. So
I think it's because less was acceptable to us now. Now we are in a completely technological age where, again, you push a button on a phone, which pretty much everyone has. I mean, we have them right here in front of us, you know. So
yeah, I mean, you can literally, the world is at your fingertips.
Yeah, you go on Facebook, you get an instant gratification or not of what's going on. You know, so that can emotionally affect people. Twitter, same thing. If people aren't sharing, liking, loving, whatever buttons there is on all those things, then it can affect you emotionally, which, I mean, to me sounds a little ridiculous, but I guess to some people it's a big, serious thing. But it's, like you were saying with the screen time, it's not just you, though, either. It's a society thing. There was that thing on Jimmy Kimmel made me do it or told me to do it.
Jimmy Kimmel told me to do it.
Jimmy Kimmel told me he shut off Fortnite of what looked like the videos that were shown, like 10 to probably 15-year-old kids or whatever, and they would lose their crap.
One kid smacked the phone out of his mother's hand. His mom looked at him like, you must be out of your damn mind.
Yeah, what did she think was going to happen? You know, I mean, you literally are antagonizing your kid. Not that it's okay that the kid did that, but, I mean, that's how kids are acting with games and stuff nowadays, because it has become such a big part of their social interaction or their life that if you take that thing away, they go ape crap.
My 6-year-old daughter sometimes, I mean, if, you know, she is like so in tune, she gets mad that we put a password on our Amazon because she wasn't able to go on there and like click a TV show that she wanted to watch because she ended up buying some stuff.
And that's the thing too. Kids nowadays know how to function a TV remote for Comcast, DirecTV, whatever satellite thing you have, in order to purchase something, to purchase a video, because I guess it can be kind of easier just clicking some buttons here and there, but again, they're using cell phones. I mean, if you give a 70-year-old a cell phone right now, they're going to be like, how do you do this? You give a 3-year-old a cell phone and they can probably figure it out in a couple days, as long as they know how to swipe and all this other stuff.
Just knows how to swipe.
Exactly, but somebody that's been around this earth for 70 years, they'll have difficulty running some of the new stuff on some things than a child does, who doesn't even have a fully developed brain at this point. It is crazy to see the technology in our society now, and in a sense, what it's doing to us as people. We're less, socially interactive with each other. We flip out again and have all these crazy disorder things, FOMO, anxiety because of Facebook, depression because of, Facebook and Twitter, because people aren't liking my posts. every single place you see now is something like this. Oh, let me get a selfie, because we need, what's the word? We need basically approval from society saying that we're good looking, or, oh yeah, you're at this place, you're having a great time. Why can't we just develop those things on our own as people? You should know that you're having a good time. You should love yourself. You know, and it's crazy because we then pass all of that stuff that we're doing onto our kids. So then you're showing your kid, oh, well, I need to now use my cell phone all the time to get basically approval from society, or to be good at this video game, because if I'm not, then I'm not good at life, or whatever it may be. It just seems like that's what's going on now.
Yeah. And I mean, it's perfect that you said that, because in this study, if you want to know how it affects your small children watching all the screen time, just look at the studies that they show of what it does to teenagers and college students. I mean, if it's affecting teenagers and college students the way that some of the studies are showing for how much screen time they're looking at, you can be sure, and I mean, to me, common sense would tell you can correlate that it's probably not good if your younger children are watching that. I mean, they found that when teenagers view their Instagram feed, the reward system of their brain activated, and believe that electronic devices can stimulate the release of dopamine, a brain chemical involved with craving and desire. Mm-hmm. So basically what that's saying is when these teenagers go on their Instagram feed and they see someone likes their video, or they even just go on and swipe, it's literally activating chemicals in their brain that you would want for desire to like eat, or just the desire part of you. So now your kids are now desiring to go on these social medias, desiring to look at their phones, desiring for that approval to see if their pictures were liked, if someone did a comment. I mean, how many times, even growing up when we were young, MySpace was just invented. Mm-hmm. How many times did you go on MySpace a day on a computer
see who was on your top five?
See who was top five, you would get mad.
If you're on someone's top five. Not to see who's on yours, because people would get mad if they're not on yours. Yeah. You'd get mad if you're not on theirs. If you're not their number one, they're number two, they're number three. It was nuts. It was crazy. It started fights among people. It made girls break up with boys, boys break up with girls, whatever it was. It was literally a big, gigantic social thing for people. Yeah. That, oh, if I'm not in your, five, then you don't like me. T-Mobile had that as well. Your fave five on your friends thing that you got like unlimited calls to. Mm-hmm. They had a whole commercial on it. Yeah, your top five. Oh, well, I'm removing you out of my five and possibly out of my life. Was that funny where the guy got the back tattoo? It was a big society thing to be loved in these top group things, and now it's just become a big society thing to get love or like or whatever it is from everyone that you either know or people that you hardly know. Because how many people have people that they probably barely know or people that they don't know on their Facebook accounts? Me, I'm very secluded.
It says I have 174 friends on Facebook. I maybe
yeah,
15, 20 of them. Yeah. The other, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. I mean, screen time and video games have also, in studies, been linked to obesity, sleep depression. I mean, cutting back on screen time may relieve some of the symptoms, but they found that college students who limited their screen time to less than 30 minutes a day were less lonely and depressed. So let that sink in. A college student, you're 18 to 21. You are feeling more lonely and depressed, this study shows, the longer you're on social media networks. So if that does that to your brain at 18 to 21, imagine what that can do to a brain of a 2 or 5-year-old. Well, and like I said, I'm not saying your kids can't watch YouTube and be on screen times. I'm just saying from experience.
Know the effects of it. Just know the effects.
Watch what they're watching. I mean, they can go on YouTube and not just all fun and games, especially at 2 to 5, maybe have them doing some learning games. But you need to limit what they're saying. Basically what they say is for children under 18 months old, no screen time. For children 18 to 24 months old, parents should choose only highly quality media, so basically like learning, and you should watch it with them. And for children 2 to 5 years old, less than 1 hour per day of high quality programming is recommended with parents watching along. So that's what studies are showing right now. I'm trying to cut back with my son a lot on it and trying to get him to be more active, because that is another thing that they say. You know, if you're going to have your kids watch a lot of screen time or a lot of TV with you, because I mean, we're parents. I mean, when you have nothing to do, we throw on the TV. The kids only do what they see their parents doing.
Or do what's allowed to be done.
Yeah, so, you know, take your kid for a walk. Or if you're going to watch something, have your kid interact with what is going on with what you're watching. Like my son right now loves dinosaurs. Absolutely loves it. One of his favorite movies is the new Jurassic Worlds. When Jurassic Worlds are on, he'll get all his dinosaur toys and he will start reenacting what he's seeing on the screen. That, they say, is great, because he's using different parts of his brain and imaginary skills. So when it comes down to it, I never want to tell you how to parent, even though this whole video is telling you
not telling you how to parent. We're giving you our experience on things, how we feel on things.
How we feel on things, and also maybe just to bring awareness, and maybe makes you think like, oh, you know what? I did let my kid play video games for 4 hours straight last night. You know, maybe not. Or, hey, my 3-year-old has my phone, and they did watch a lot of YouTube, and I didn't really know it. Because that's another thing. My son will just take my wife's phone, and she won't even know. You know, just to bring more awareness to it. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that your kids can't do it, but, you know, just try to limit it. You know, let their minds expand using different things, reading a book, playing with toys, going outside. I mean, nowadays, do kids even really go outside and play anymore?
Mine do. A lot of people's do, because they do activities and stuff. Yeah. But I mean, I also think we're in a day and age, because of our technology, we're more aware of what's going on in our cities and stuff. Yeah. So parents are nervous about kids getting kidnapped, kids getting taken, Creeper Joe around the corner that's, you know, watching your kid on a bike or whatever. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that technology has absolutely helped, because you know what's going on. But also, it's caused a lot of fear in a lot of people.
I would say the whole child abduction, everything, great point. I feel that has always been around, and the only reason why it's so big now is because of technology. Yeah. I mean, you're literally able to go on a website, and your phone, what I like to call, can get computer chickenpox when you look up the
Megan's
Law list. You know what I mean? I like to call it your computer gets the chickenpox, because I mean that can literally terrify you.
Yeah.
And technology has done wonders for us as generations have gone forward, but I don't think you can't have
a negative without a positive. Yeah. You can't let fear run your life.
Yes, technology has been great.
You're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, and yes, technology has been great, but you also have to acknowledge that there are parts of technology that can be bad. You can't ever have too much of anything. You know what I mean? Or it can hinder you.
So with all that being said, guys, if you want to see more of our stuff, check out Facebook. It's okay to have that screen time.
Yes, it is.
It's at Red Pill Blue Pill 2. That's Red Pill Blue PIL, the number 2 at the end. Comment, share, like, follow us. Put some questions out there that you'd like us to answer, whatever it may be. Get in contact with us. Also, check us out on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share, whatever it is. If you guys want to get in touch with us, put a comment down on there. Put a comment on our Facebook page. And again, we're not trying to tell you guys what to do. We're just really giving our experience of life, because as a society, we can't grow and be better unless we try.
It's just opinions on how we feel. Everyone's with opinion. If you have a different opinion, don't feel afraid to tell us. We're not going to scold you.
Facebook, YouTube, hit us up, guys. See ya.
Peace.